Yo, yo, what's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing. Back at it with another boxing video. If my voice sounds a little different, please excuse me. Been kind of under the weather, man. Ain't nothing worse than being under the weather, having a cold in the summertime. Shit don't make no sense, but it is what it is. We still here. All right, well, the man Dmitry Bivol, man, the man had to take a shot, not an unnecessary shot, but basically call out the BS that Team Canoli been on. You know what I mean? Um, you know, Dmitry Bivol is basically clowning the man and saying the truth about Canoli. You know what I mean? With Canoli's team always pulling out bait and switch tactics and demanding unreasonable catch weights. You know what I mean? Okay, so Dmitry Bivol was supposed to be fighting the man Canoli Alvarez for the undisputed 168-pound straps that Canoli holds in September. And this was going to be the second fight because if y'all remember the first fight, uh, Dmitry Bivol beat the shit out of Canoli, man. He punished him, you know what I mean? And he won a unanimous decision. So, of course, they were trying to renegotiate for the rematch. Dmitry Bivol making concessions. He says, rather than fighting at 175, I'll come down to 168. I'll come down to your weight class. And I'll come down there and fight you for all your belts and take them from you. When Canoli heard that, man, his knees started to shake. His voice started to quiver, you know what I mean? He was like, oh shit, this guy's not bluffing, man. This guy right here is really about that action. And he says what he means and he means what he says. You know what I mean? Uh, so, Canoli, a tactic, and here we are talking about unethical business tactics, right? And negotiation tactics. So once he realized that this man Dmitry Bivol is all about that action and he's not bluffing, not one iota at all, right? The man Canoli Alvarez decides to make the negotiations, uh, in basically make the negotiations not be in favor of any kind of fight that a man like Dmitry Bivol, who beat him, would even consider taking. Canelo Alvarez wants all the terms to be exactly the same as in the first fight. Now, Dmitry Bivol took the first fight. I'm sure he acquiesced to all of the man Canoli's demands. You know what I mean? And boom, he got the fight and he whooped Canoli's ass. So why in the hell, why on God's green earth should the rematch be on the exact same terms when the man just embarrassed Canoli? When was it, y'all? Was that on Mexican Independence Day weekend? If it was no, I think it was I think it was Cinco de Mayo. Matter of fact, Cinco de Mayo of 2022. Excuse me, y'all. Man, it's sick, man. I'm sick, y'all. Uh, it was Cinco de Mayo weekend 2022. Why would the man even consider fighting the man on the same exact terms? I mean, that's basically a slap in the face and it's basically disrespectful. And Canoli has all excuses in the book on why he lost to Dmitry Bivol. Then why don't you fight the man at your comfortable weight class? You know what I mean? Canoli, you've been stealing a lot of money for a lot of years. Why don't you give back? You gave back a little something when you fought in Guadalajara versus John Ryder. You gave back a little something, right? And that's to the Mexican people, there's Mexican, fan base in his home country. But you've been making the majority of your massive purses in the United States, Las Vegas to be exact, some in Texas as well, right? So why you just can't give back for one fight? And I'm not talking about giving the motherfucking fighters any money or anybody who's not throwing a punch or not busting a grape in a fight. No. You give back to the boxing fans by showing you're really about legacy and not money. Of course, she's gonna make more than Dmitry Bivol. If Dmitry Bivol, let's say, got I don't know $3 million, and I might could check it, look it up right now, and while I'm doing this live stream, let's do that right quick. Oh, shit, man. Not worse than being sick with the cold in the summertime, man. Makes no sense. I woke up yesterday and my nose running, eyes watering. Ah, and today my jaws hurt, man. The side of my left and right side. I've been blowing my nose all night. I think some got to factor in. Anyways, what was I looking for? Canelo versus Dmitry Bivol. Uh, shit. Uh, according to sportingnews.com, uh, Dmitry Bivol, Canoli had a guaranteed 15 million with a reported cap of 40 million, or 70% of the pay-per-view fights. And Dmitry Bivol, he earned a guaranteed purse of 2 million and 30% of pay-per-view sales. Okay, now let's just say hey, what's up, boxing learner? What's up, my guy? Salute to you, man. Thanks. I appreciate that comment. Hope you get better soon. I hope so too, man. Hope I get better before this day ends. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, as soon as I finish doing this video, I got some work to do. I'm about to go to CVS, man, and get me some drugs. I don't usually take no drugs, you know what I mean? But I think I need some NyQuil. I need something. And I'm gonna go to the grocery store, get me some ginger and some lime. I forgot to do that yesterday when I was at the grocery store. Get me some ginger and lime. I already got some honey and make me some ginger, lime, and honey tea. Anyways, Bivol, thanks a lot, Barcelona. Salute to you, though. Big up, big up. So, if Dmitry Bivol clocked a guaranteed $2 million, let's just say for the sake of this video, let's say he got another 2 million from pay-per-view sales. So that's 4 million total, while the man Canoli clocks like 40 million. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say 30 million. Let's say 30 million just to be a little fair. Still, give the man Dmitry Bivol, man. Make that man make 10. Nah, fuck that shit. Dmitry Bivol should get more, or at least the same as what Sergey Kovalev got when he fought the man Dmitry Bivol. Why do you think we haven't seen Kovalev really fight like that? I think he might have fought once since his Canoli fight. He clocked $12 million that night, his fattest payday of his career. And Canoli came up there, the 175, took his little WBO strap. You know what I mean? That Kovalev was holding on to, you know, barely. So Dmitry Bivol should clock at least 10 million or more. I'm sorry, 12 million or more, right? Why should he fight on the same terms as the first fight when he beat him? Where they do that at, okay? So this is what we're talking about, unethical business practices, you know what I mean? So the man Dmitry Bivol also calls out the man Canoli for his, what you call it? Um, for the unethical business practices he tried to implore on the man Badu Jack. It was pretty disgusting, you know what I mean? How he tried to really drain the man Badu Jack for a cruiserweight title. I had to make a video about that. So can't nobody ever say B-Marsh Boxing shows all kind of empirical data and evidence from a long time of the fuck shit Canoli been doing since, I don't know, 2014 I've been on his neck. Actually, I wasn't on YouTube them times. Came on a little later, but I've been on his neck in real life though, you know what I mean? You know, so Bivol questions Canoli's negotiation tactics, saying, he was dead wrong for demanding a catchweight against Badu Jack, a fight that's supposed to be at 200 pounds. Canoli trying to drain him down to 180. Badu Jack clarified, by the way, he said, quote, by the way, I did agree to 190, but 180, that's out. And especially, there's going to be a rehydration clause, you know what I mean? So this is what the man Dmitry Bivol had to say. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm back. This is what the man Dmitry Bivol had to say about cannolis and the Badu Jack situation. He said, quote, to be honest, it's interesting how they're, meaning Team Canelo, how they're promoting fights, how his team is doing. I remember after my fight against him, there were a lot of rumors that he's gonna fight unified heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk. That he went to fight Usyk. Excuse me, that he wanted to fight Usyk. We said, whoa, against Usyk? Then he was fighting against Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Now we were hearing that he was gonna fight Badu Jack. It's close, it's gonna happen, and suddenly it's Charlo. It's good promoting. Ah, end quote. So, I'm trying to read it like Dmitry Bivol. Yeah, if you guys know how he speaks, and this is an interview with Fight Hub, the man, English is not his first language. So some words, I got to read them over again. But let me tell y'all what he was trying to do with the man Badu Jack. You know what I mean? And how Badu Jack basically declined to fight. You know what I mean? Okay, he said, quote, he's right. What's his weight? His weight should be 200 pounds. Why should it be less? If you want to fight for this belt, you should be more than 175 and less than 200. This is your limit. Why we should make others limits? There are no belts for his imaginative limit. What about Canelo, of course? He has enough excuses to fight against a guy like Badu Jack. But Badu Jack has power. It's an interesting fight if it's at 200 pounds. But if this fight is something in the middle, it's not fair. This is what I can see. It's not good. If you want to fight against a cruiserweight, you should be ready that he's a real cruiserweight. End quote. Look, man, Dmitry Bivol can talk all he wants. He ain't say no lie. He ain't say nothing wrong. Canoli's always on some stupid, dumb stuff. Trying to drain Badu Jack. Man, Badu Jack is 39 years old, y'all. Could you believe that, Slim? He tried to bring this man down, and he fought at 199 pounds. That's what he weighed in at when he fought Ilunga Makabu to take that cruiserweight WBC strap off of him, right? Dropped him twice in that fight. So the man makes 199 cruiserweight, gets himself a world title. Now he got to come down to 180 for who? For Canoli? For money? You think that man Badu Jack is hurting for money? Boy, please. Canoli, get the fuck out of here. Give that man Dmitry Bivol more than 3 million, maybe 4 million. And stop ducking. I mean, stop ducking. But again, this is the world we live in, right? We live in a world where the cannoli fans will try and force feed him down your throat and tell you he's the greatest Mexican of all time and he's the best number one pound for pounder in boxing right now, when there's a million and one styles that Canoli can't deal with in this boxing game, and those type of fighters he avoids. So how's he pound for pound? How's he pound for pound when all he's been fighting is Caucasians from Europe in the last, I don't know, since the zone's inception, right? But he met the right European. Yeah, Bivol gave him that work. Even the American Caucasian, Caleb Plant, was winning at least by a point or two on my card before he got stopped. And you already know Kovalev was winning that fight too before he got stopped. You know what I mean? Styles make fights. Props to Canoli for stopping these guys. Did he move up to 168 and 175 and all these things naturally? Like the man Austin Trout says, I highly doubt it. And I highly doubt it as well. And that's why Canoli, he gets no props in my book, no respect until he fights the guys he's supposed to fight. This the fight game, man. We're tired of prima donnas and divas. You know what I'm saying? He has the nerve to call Dmitry Andrade a horrible fighter. Then go beat that horrible fighter. If he's horrible, what do you consider John Ryder? No disrespect to John Ryder whatsoever. Tough cookie. Slim went the distance. So if Demetrius Andrade's horrible, what does that make Canoli, the man who's ducking him? Be much boxing, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm gone. One.